Hi, welcome to today's episode of The Young and the Restless. We open up at the Abbott house and we see Jack is on the phone with Nick and they're discussing Summer and Phyllis and all the plans that Summer is making. After he hangs up, Ashley walks in and says how sweet to hear that Jack is taking a break from being Diane's compassion arm to thinking about someone else. Ashley accuses Jack of leaving everyone who cares about him behind since he got back with Diane. Over at the athletic club, we see Diane is there in a chair and Tucker runs into her. And Tucker accuses Diane of being happy that Phyllis is gone. We go over to the coffee house and we see Sharon and Billy. They discuss Phyllis's death. And we move outside the coffee house and we see Summer is on the phone. Kyle is sitting there and she is making arrangements for the funeral. Kyle offers to help, but Summer lashes out and says that she wants to do it herself. Back inside the coffee house, Sharon tells Billy that it's a year since she lost Ray, and Sharon is happy that being that she's now a grandmother, she can put her love there. Then we go back outside and Summer continues to lash out at Kyle, blaming him and Diane for her mom's death, and says that her service to Phyllis is an apology to her mom. Kyle says that it's too much. He is begging her to let him help her, but Summer is resistant. Kyle says that it's not her burden to carry, and Summer yells that her mom was not a burden, she was a gift to her. Back at the Abbott house, Ashley rants at how Jack has been moving Diane everywhere, from the house to Jabot, and everything revolves around Diane. Ashley starts blaming Jack and says that it is his announcement that he is marrying Diane could have caused Phyllis's collapse. He said Phyllis cared so much about him, yet Jack pissed in her face and it must have hurt Phyllis really, really bad. Then Ashley stressed how much she is worried for Jack and he will be eventually suffer at the hands of Diane just like Phyllis. We go back to the coffee house and Summer says that she will never forget what Diane said to her mom that night while she was attempting to strangle her. And she calls out Kyle for having blinders on when it comes to Diane. Back at the athletic club, Tucker asks if Diane is going to shed any tears at Phyllis's memorial. Diane claims that she will feel sorry or sad for the people who have lost her. Tucker reminds Diane that having Phyllis now dead will make her life much easier, and Diane says that there is other Phyllises in town that she has to worry about, like Ashley, and she asks Tucker to get Ashley out of her life. Back at the Abbott house, Jack gets angry and calls out Ashley for guilt tripping him. Jack says Phyllis brought the stress on herself, and Jack says Ashley is wasting her days and he doesn't need her protection. Ashley says that this is what love is like, brother, real love. She tells that she will keep fighting for him because he is too blind to fight for himself. Back at the coffee house, Summer says that her mother's death was a setup by someone who wanted her gone, and Kyle suggests her getting a therapist. He suggests that she could probably use Sharon, and Summer says that Sharon and her mom had history. Kyle then says to Summer that the death wasn't planned, as Summer continued to suggest that something went wrong. Summer decides to leave. While leaving, Sharon tries to call to her, but Summer ignores her and goes out. Then Sharon goes out there to Kyle, and Kyle tells Sharon that he doesn't know what to do. And Sharon tells him that it's hard to deal with someone who is grieving. He tells Kyle not to be hard on himself and says that he needs to allow Summer to grieve. He reminds Kyle that he did once grieve when he thought his mother was dead. Then we see Summer goes over to athletic club and she meets up with Danielle. And Danielle says that everything hurts and wonders why Summer didn't include him in the memorial planning. We see Billy comes over to the Abbott house and he runs into Jack. But Jack is there still angry from his argument with Ashley, and he tells Billy that. Jack yells pretty angrily and says that Ashley is too one-tracked and wants to blame everything on Diane. Billy reflects on how Phyllis meant so much to them. And then Billy shares the rumors that he's been hearing around town about Diane having something to do with Phyllis's death. We go back to the athletic club and we see Tucker is in his room and Ashley comes by to visit. And he tells Ashley that he moved to the athletic club because they're doing renovations at the Grand Phoenix. And Ashley asks why he is so emotionally unattached. Ashley rants about Diane and Jack, and Tucker laughs. Ashley says that there is no point announcing their engagement anymore. Back at the Abbott house, Jack yells at Billy, thinking that Billy is coming for him just like Ashley did, and says that he should get it out, that he believes that Diane is responsible for Phyllis's death. But Billy says no, he don't think so. He's just telling Jack what is going on in town, and Jack yells, ordering Billy to list names of who is saying so. Like, what are you gonna do, Jack? What exactly are you gonna do? Back at the athletic club, Tucker said that they will have no false engagement. Ashley complains about what Jack is doing and saying to her. And Ashley tells Tucker that it's insane to marry someone who has constantly hurt them, comparing Diane to Tucker. Then we see Kyle is at the coffee house and he is looking in outer space in a direction, staring into nowhere. Diane comes in and puts her hand on his shoulder. And we see Kyle just suddenly gets up and hugs Diane. Then we go back to the athletic club and Summer apologized to Daniela and regrets how she treated her mom. She wants it to be perfect as a meant to her because of their last days and how she treated her mom. Daniel is also sad that he treated his mom badly before her death. He tells Summer that he has a lot of making up to do also. Then we see Daniel shares with Summer a drawing that he did in the night, says that he couldn't sleep. It's a drawing of Phyllis. And Summer wants it to be on the program. Back at the coffee house, Diane and Kyle discuss Summer not letting her in. And he's feeling that Summer is jealous of him and Diane. Don't know why. Diane thinks that Summer is hurting and shutting Kyle out because of her. Daniel shares with Summer that he wants to take Stark down, and he is suspicious of the whole situation. He thinks that Stark had something to do with his mother's death, and he's on a quest to find out. Summer tells Daniel that she thinks it's Diane. Upstairs, Tucker continues to try to convince Ashley into marrying him, says that she might not be in love with him now, but eventually they will fall in love. Downstairs, Summer agrees that Jeremy may have married their mother not for love, but she tells Daniel what Diane said hours before she died while trying to strangle her in the room upstairs. Daniel didn't know about this, and she thinks that Stark double-crossed Phyllis to win Diane back. Back at the coffee house, Diane tells Kyle that she knows Summer blames her and claims that she is not upset with Summer, and she hates being conflict between Summer and Kyle. Back at the Abbott house, Jack tells Billy he doesn't care about the gossip, so he can leave. Billy asks how he really feels, and Jack repeats that he's fine several times, and Billy asks if it changed the way he feels about Diane since Phyllis died, and Jack says that it strengthened his love with Diane, and now he's doing everything to protect her from Stark. We end at the athletic club with Summer and Daniel, and she tells her brother that everything their mom said about Diane was right. And we see she and Daniel vow to find out the truth. Thanks for watching. Bye.